Oh, we're up. Looks like we're up. Oh, we got my shit. All right, we are here. We are here. Oh, and I'm hitting the freaking table. All right. Hope the audio is not screwed up. I had to reset everything because I did an update on OBS.
Update.
So shit could be really screwed up at this particular time. Let me double check that. Looks like we are.
Belly came out.
We are live. So there's that. All right. Let's me do a little check here real quick. Oop, that's not what I want.
We have audio.
We have audio. Does it sound like shit?
Oh, it doesn't it always? I mean, fuck.
That is true.
We suck at this.
We are horrible.
We're like amateur on a good day. Oh, fucking A.
All right. All right, yeah. We will get started in just a moment. Oh, all right. All right. Now that we are all undiscombobulated, we will get started with this Wednesday live stream.
Oh, it's backwards.
You have to be smart on what we're working on, Travis.
No, it's not.
Okay. What's up? Gregory's here.
It wasn't backwards.
Gregory says the Bengals got robbed. Hey, it was a good game.
At least it wasn't a blowout. That's all that matters.
Bad calls on both sides. Bad play calling. And Joe Burrow held onto the ball entirely too long.
I mean, at least he didn't throw 2 picks in the first quarter.
Yeah, so
like some quarterbacks in the league.
I mean, you got 3 down on the offensive line.
Fucking 3.
Hey, it was, you got to win. You win some, you lose some. And I'm not hurt. I'm okay with the Kelsey Bowl. With the Kelsey,
That's a good bowl.
the Bearcat,
the Andy Reid Bowl.
Yes, I'm okay with it. So I'm not disappointed. Now it might change. You're gonna have to work Super Bowl night.
That's fucking delicious.
Are you gonna have to work Super Bowl night?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say because there goes our live stream.
Oh, live streaming the Bengals fucking Super Bowl. I mean,
if you don't have to
I
work,
could call in.
No, I was thinking that for next year. I think Monday nights. We got to do Monday Night Football.
Do it. I've been saying for years, like HBO needs to pick up a sports contract and let guys like us be sports announcers. You got fucked up on that one.
You and I both are better looking than the Manning brothers. Well, I am. I don't know about you. Anyway,
they probably got way bigger dicks though.
I know one thing. I can't
I'm all the way at the bottom of my notes.
I can't confirm or deny that, but I can confirm they got much bigger bank accounts.
Oh, for sure.
They got more money in their couch and change than I have in my bank account.
100%.
That's okay though. Okay. All right.
Is there any pressing news that needs to be covered? Has anything happened in the world? I've been so disconnected. This strawberry lemonade Celsius energy drink is fucking delicious though.
I don't think so. Nothing. We'll get started like I said. If you are watching us live, one of the many people watching live, be sure to say hi in the chat.
One of the singles of people watching live.
Our YouTube shorts are blowing up. Travis is doing an excellent job with that.
They have nothing to do with our content. Well, the one today was a fake UFO.
Well, actually, I'm gonna start cutting some more up. I've got things to do.
I know I'm running out of random shit to pull out of my phone.
There will be some actual shorts from the episodes here coming. Maybe this weekend I'll try to get to it. And we'll start posting those. I'd like to get something where we can post something every day.
Right? Fuck.
But, that's, when you have full-time jobs.
And we're not that funny.
We find ourselves funny. And that's really what's important.
I mean, I guess.
I make myself laugh, and that's all that's important.
Oh, no, but I'm really glad that this microphone picks up well. Because it makes reading much better.
Oh, you're going to have to talk up.
Ah, fuck. God damn it, son of a bitch.
Speak up like that, yeah. Because like I said, I didn't have time to reset all this. Moon units here. What's up?
So we're fucking quiet?
You are.
Too fucking.
Well,
Well, I was also not facing directly into the microphone.
You have to speak up a little bit.
Microphone.
So we guess we could get you ready to get started. Are you ready to roll?
Yeah, let's like, comment, subscribe, and share the video link with your friends. We're here tonight. We're going to talk about the Industrial Revolution. Does it exist?
Don't get confused. I got it playing out there so you can see if it freezes.
I know.
Okay, you can hear us. So.
Well, I mean, how are we going to... It takes us fucking forever to realize if we freeze anyway because both of us have a tendency to just go...
Huh. Okay. All right. Let's play the intro and we'll get this party started.
All right, fuck it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Ghost of the Night, a paranormal and true crime podcast. Tonight we're doing true crime, I believe, and Travis is going to enlighten us. We're glad everybody is here. If you're watching the live stream, be sure to say hi. If you are listening to this on your favorite podcast app, be sure to go over to the YouTube channel at Ghost of the Night and be sure to watch us live because we are just as non-funny live as we are.
The funniest fucking thing that happened so far is my big fat fucking stomach coming out from under my shirt.
We will not fat shame here at Ghost of the Night.
I don't know. I'm fully coming to the realization that like I'm gonna need, if I continue to lose weight, I'm gonna need fucking skin surgery because it's already saggy. And I was like, what the fuck? I haven't even lost that much weight. And I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, you used to weigh like 400 fucking pounds, Tubby.
Tubby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a new chair. I'm squeaking. My fat ass is making a squeak.
My fucking top of the line race car of a chair does not squeak.
Yes, but tonight, like I said, I believe we're doing true crime. I have no idea. I will be learning.
I left him in the dark on this.
I don't even know what. I didn't even look to see what the title of this
on
episode.
purpose.
I don't even know what the title is.
I like the title.
So I will be learning along with you guys. But like I was saying, if you guys are listening to this on your favorite podcast app, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and join us live for our shenanigans.
Oh damn! You got your haircut got roasted.
Who?
He said, "Don't let me cut your hair anymore." I didn't cut it. I get my hair cut at a very good, reputable place.
I'm old, high, and tight, baby. Like I like my women, very high and
Where'd you
very
get it cut?
tight. Sports Clips, where I always go.
God.
And she actually did a good job. She did better than the last one.
Oh God. One of these days we'll set aside some extra cash and you'll come with me to where I go. It's only $35 plus a tip.
I don't give a fuck.
And you can get a beard trim and all that shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Way better music.
This is how I like my hair, actually. This is how I like it, like this. Basically, here's how I get ready in the morning if I don't put a hat on. Here, I'm done. Hold on, just like this. I'm ready to go.
Well, plus you're 50, so like your hairline is starting to,
there's a race.
Slack off a little bit.
There's a race.
You could basically use like if a comb could be from bumfuck hollers of West Virginia.
Watch it now.
As far as teeth go, that's the kind of comb you can use.
Yeah. I'm just happy I still have some hair.
That's fair.
And I would actually honestly shave my head, but I'm lazy and shave. I don't like to shave my face, hence the beard.
Yeah.
I sure the hell don't like shaving my face or my head.
Stroke.
No, I'll shave the shit out of my nuts though.
What the fuck? I won't shave my face, but I'll shave my nuts.
Well, you never know. You never know when you're going to get lucky.
Is there any other house cleaning?
You don't want to jungle down there.
I'm trying to think now.
I don't know.
The Bengals aren't going to the Super Bowl.
No,
don't
okay.
care.
And
Pat Mahomes is hurt. Andy Reid still looks like that fucking one character from Monsters, Inc.
The walrus. He looks like a walrus. But, great offensive mind. But that's not what we're here for.
Did you see the Texans hired DeMeco Ryans as head coach?
I did see that.
Mm.
And Tom Brady retired.
Again.
Dude,
fucking boss move, though. He retired on FaceTime fucking from the beach. Like,
rub it in our fucking faces.
That's big dick energy for sure. Most guys, it's like send a text because you don't want to show up in person. He's like, hey, Tom Brady here. And they're like, we know, Tom. We're your coaches. And he's like, shut up. I fucking quit.
I'm out.
Tom Brady, out. And then he jumps into the Knight Rider car and the kit. And he goes, "Fuck you, bitches. I'm Tom Brady's car." And they just leave. Peel out all hard. Like an old action hero in a fucking Miata.
Mm-hmm.
Skirt. Like fucking MacGruber. Anyway.
What?
Anything else?
I
want to get into the Pixar theory sometime. I knew about it, but it's just kind of fun to talk about. And then I can make you watch cartoon movies. Because all Pixar films are supposedly and pretty convincingly in the same timeline of the same universe. Yeah. There's a whole thing. There's a lot of them though. There's Disney, like fucking Tarzan is like Elsa's brother or some shit or cousin, and so is fucking Rapunzel.
I mean, we can get into some sketchy shit conspiracy wise with Walt Disney. There's some ancestral shit going on and making fun of Alabama in the chat, so I don't know. I would never make fun of Alabama.
Uh-huh.
But we can there's some crazy wacky shit going on with Disney. I mean, my favorite is excuse me, the penis on the Little Mermaid cover.
Have you seen the movie Aladdin? There's just dicks everywhere. Like all of the buildings are just giant phalluses.
It's like a football locker room, just dicks everywhere.
I mean, Pocahontas, great soundtrack. I love Just Around the River Bend and fucking Will You Ever Hear the Wolf Cry to the Blue Cart and all that shit. But let's be real. John Smith was like a middle-aged Englishman, and he fucked and married like a fucking 14-year-old Native American girl.
Hey.
Or First Nation. I don't go. The OG. I don't know. Is Native American bad now?
I can't keep up with political correctness.
I don't know. I just remember somebody saying, like, why is that bad? That's good. Duh, 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 duh. They're like, they're the first ones in America. I was like, because it wasn't fucking America until we got here.
That is true. I would imagine.
It was in a walk. I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. But I think we should cover there was some wacky shit with Disney. There is, you got some Nazi ties. And then you got all the, the child pedophilia type shit. There's some weird shit with that is in some Disney movies. Now, like things like Toy Story, and which is what I like Toy Story. The reason why I like
that's where he fucking like the video came from. He was watching Toy Story, one of the Toy Stories, and Buzz Lightyear's battery thing was open, and he saw the logo on the battery thing, and then like brought up the logo on the battery thing is like the grocery store that's in the background of a scene of WALL-E.
Huh.
Like all run down.
But what I liked about Toy Story is you could take your kids to it,
but also enjoy it as an adult.
Because there was little one-liners adults would catch.
Yeah, like Shrek.
Right, exactly. That's what I liked about those movies.
Yeah.
Now, there are some things in older, like Pinocchio, like the bar scene in Pinocchio, where it's basically talking about taking kids to an island. That's a little weird. That's a little off.
Yeah,
There could be some child, pedophilia
endangerment.
Yes, going on back in the old Mickey days. Also
a lot of anti-Semitism and racism. That's in like all old cartoons, though.
Yeah, wasn't there like a cartoon character in one of them that actually looked like blackface?
Probably there's a lot. I'm pretty sure. Probably Betty Boop.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Or Felix the Cat. Or Tom and Jerry, for that matter.
There's nothing.
Tom and Jerry goes pretty far back, though. You know what I'm saying?
Tom and Jerry is a classic.
Porky Pig doesn't fucking stutter anymore.
Is that just wrong too?
They don't want to make fun of people that stutter.
Oh my God. Go fuck yourself.
I can see making them stutter less. I knew who Porky Pig was before I knew what stuttering was.
That's all, folks. I mean, you can't get rid of that.
Right?
Fuck you guys.
And now Phil stutters anyway, so
yes,
like, what does it fucking matter?
I am worried about that. Let's talk about this before we get started on your topic.
You think you're going to have another stroke?
No, I don't think I'm going to have another stroke. If I have
I know I'm going to have another stroke.
No. I'm on so much medication. Go Pfizer.
He's not on that much medication.
No.
Like at all.
No,
My dad took more pills in the morning, and it was just supplements. A lot of saw palmetto.
Now, I have not claimed to be the smartest individual in the world, and I have been known to
Not be the smartest individual in the world.
Let's face it, folks. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm borderline special needs. Let's be honest. But I do have common sense.
Like the video, the TikTok that's so famous, or the Alex Jones. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. That was Alex Jones's words, not mine.
I am borderline. And so I will stumble on my words, as people have pointed out on this podcast, our great listeners who I love so much.
Phil's balancing on the top of the spectrum right now.
I mean, I have been known to stumble over some words, say the wrong thing. Sometimes my brain works faster than my mouth.
Yeah, it was happening at work today. Somebody I work with was stuttering.
I have noticed since my stroke.
I was like, you're having a fucking stroke. That you'd stutter more?
No, that I have to concentrate more on what. If I don't concentrate, what I did 3 times in the car. Was it 2 days ago driving home when I picked you up from work?
What?
I said something. What I say? I was trying to.
Oh, like you said one today.
Yeah. See, I
don't even know. I don't even remember what it was. But you definitely.
Where I basically, I guess I'm verbally dyslexic.
Yeah, you're switching words around.
So, and
I love how we're sitting here joking about possible
brain damage.
Yeah.
But it seems to me to be happening a little bit more than it did beforehand. Before January.
A stroke will do that to you, Phil.
So and then I've had other people say, no, you're not. You're just worried about it.
That's just because they want to be your friends.
Yes, they're just yes men. Fuckers. All right. What are we doing today, since nobody wants to hear about my stroke and my genital warts?
Tonight we're talking about Sada Abe.
What the fuck is that? Is that racist?
It might be if you did this episode, but I can do it.
Are we going to get canceled for this?
Yeah.
Is this an Asian thing?
It is an Asian thing.
What part?
As long as you don't say Oriental.
Why not? They are my favorite rugs.
Because apparently it's exactly. Apparently Oriental's a rug, not a person.
And a great movie, Murder on the Orient Express.
That have a racist white person playing an Asian person.
Probably.
We were talking about that today too, like how because of the Porky Pig thing, how Apu Hasapima Pepalon is no longer either not voiced by Hank Azaria or is not in the show anymore in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was voiced by Hank Azaria, and Hank Azaria is like fucking Italian. He's a dick. Nobody canceled the crying Native American guy. He was fucking Italian.
Was he Italian? I thought he was Latino. Or was he Italian?
I think he was Italian. Either way, not fucking Cherokee, can tell you that much. Or Navajo, or fucking Ute, whatever.
Well,
insert First Nations tribe.
What?
River.
Well, from now on, I want Smokey the Bear to be an actual bear.
Uh-huh.
I want...
Speaking of, cannot wait for fucking Cocaine Bear to come out. Oh, dude, are you shitting me? It's based on true events.
I don't care.
It's very loosely based on true events because that did actually happen, but the bear pretty much just did bear shit really fast.
Bear shit really fast.
Like, he did, like, whatever bears do, he just did it quicker.
Went through the garbage really fast.
Yeah. I want to see, like, a bear climbing a tree and fast forward, which I want to fucking see.
I saw that. I was watching something. Was it last? It was. Matter of fact, it might have been during the game. A commercial. I saw.
The ad for Cocaine Bear.
I was like,
they played an ad for Cocaine Bear during this fucking AFC Championship game.
Yes, I think so. I was like, you have to be fucking kidding me. Hollywood has officially.
This is the true life. Cocaine Bear, the true life story of Reggie White.
Here's the conspiracy. It's official. Hollywood has officially ran out of ideas, okay? For the past
Says you. I
2
think
years.
this is a fucking phenomenal idea for a film.
They're just rebooting shit or making part 4 of bringing shit back or just redoing shit. You know what? Ever since Epstein Island got shut down, basically,
oh God,
Hollywood has went to shit. They have no ideas. Maybe they needed a little pedophilia to spark some ideas.
But Brendan Fraser doesn't need ideas. Just bring back Brendan.
I'm just saying.
Triple B. Fuck the Better Business Bureau. It's bring back Brendan now.
We're not talking about him again. But I'm just saying, ever since Epstein Island got shut down, they're not the frequent flyer miles of Hollywood execs. I think that their ideas have gotten a little flat.
I think you get frequent flyer miles on private flights.
I'm just saying. I mean, we got what? Back to the Future 4.
Yeah.
I mean, What are we going to do next? Reboot Star Wars New Hope?
And what are you going to do with...
it?
I mean, is Michael J. Fox going to be in Back to the Future 4? Marty, you got to shake at 88 miles an hour and you'll go back in time without the DeLorean.
Or in like Night Court come back. They're redoing Night Court.
I never liked Night Court in the first place.
It wasn't bad. I hate when you get limp Mike.
I get to fucking with stuff.
I'm just saying. Ever since Epstein got shut down, and they can't go to Epstein Island and get allegedly fondle young.
I don't think it's alleged. I'm pretty sure it's confirmed.
They,
all right.
Hollywood's ideas have went to shit. I'm just saying.
I mean, I feel like it's been working that way. Anyway.
All right. What's the name of this title of this episode again?
It's about Sada Abe. It's got multiple titles. There's a title. The YouTube title is The Geisha Murderer Manhood Mutilator.
Now, what exactly... I haven't a good idea. Geisha. What's the actual Asian term for it?
Geisha.
Geisha. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck. What is it?
Geisha.
What does the word mean?
We'll get into that. That's part of the story.
Okay. Does it end in a happy ending?
That's for you to decide.
Okay.
Tune in here for more. Okay. Now, Sada Abe was the 7th of 8 children born to Shigeyoshi and Katsuo Abe. I'm allowed to do that. The Abe family was an upper-class family of tatami mat makers in Tokyo's Kanda area, which, you know who else had tatami mat makers in their family?
Whom?
Shinsuke Nakamura. No, I'm just kidding.
I have no...
He's a wrestler.
Okay.
No, fucking what's his tits from Om Shinrikyo?
Oh,
that fucking idiot. I don't know. I'll be honest. I just kind of flush all the information out of my head after I do these episodes. It's too much. It's too much to hold on to.
Yeah, I agree. I don't remember what I did this morning.
Right? I mean, I know it. I pooped and I went to work. And I know we were. I think. Was it? No, it wasn't. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Both of us were kind of behind the ball. Like, I was like, oh, fuck, we gotta go. And, I got out there and I was like, you're not even ready to go. We're good. So, anyway, whatever that fucking dude's name was, the fat Japanese guy, Yokozuna. That's it.
Oh, but he wasn't Japanese.
He was Hawaiian.
Yeah, he was a member of the bloodline, basically.
I'm pretty sure he was Israel Kamaka Viva Ole.
Yeah, he was.
He
was part of the Rock's, his family lineage. Roman Reigns.
Did you see that motherfucker? He smelled everything the Rock was cooking while he put it in his fucking mouth.
What are you talking about?
Yokozuna?
Oh, yeah. But Rikishi, all of them, they're all related.
Same.
Is that racist if you say they're all related?
No, because they are in fact related.
If I said they all look alike, that would be racist.
No, if they were clearly not related, then it might be racist, but they are all in fact related.
But Rock's really not related. Because his mother...
He's got the right skin tone, so it's okay.
Wasn't his mother actually...
That's racist.
His mother was adopted. I don't think she was actually Peter Maivia's daughter.
Oh.
I might be mistaken. I think she was adopted, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, by marriage, it still counts.
I'll call the Rock and ask him.
Fuck it.
Dwayne, me and Dwayne are like that.
Hey, Big D, what's up? Oh, question, ask question, get answer. All right, man. I'll call you later. Tell Kevin Hart I said what's up.
All right. Anyway, continue with this geisha story.
Okay, so out of 8 children, only 4 survived to adulthood, eventually making Sada the youngest of the living siblings.
Now, can I ask a question? You might have covered this. Are we talking male, female,
What do you mean I might have covered this? I thought on my second line of notes.
Okay. Well, I can't tell if we're talking about a male or a female by the name.
She is a girl.
Okay, she is a girl. Okay. I guess
she identifies as a girl. All of the pronouns I saw was her, she, all of that. So as far as I know,
okay,
because I don't female.
I don't want to misgender anybody in this. I don't want to offend anybody.
We probably will.
I know.
Now, both Shigeyoshi and Katsuo Abe were known by acquaintances as being law-abiding, honest people. And the only real bad thing about Shigeyoshi, Sada's father, was that he could from time to time be somewhat self-centered and had a penchant for the finer things in life, the fancy stuff,
The fancy stuff.
because they were upper middle class.
You know, I got caviar taste on a fucking water budget. I know that's not how that goes, but I know I'm mixing beverages and food, but fuck off.
I refer you back to the stroke conversation.
I had a stroke.
Now, Sada's brother Shintaro
This is going to give me a fucking headache.
was known. There's not that many names after a while.
Why can't
I'm just giving a good
can't you-
fucking early life story.
Why can't you Asians just have like Bob and a Chad
Nobody wants a Chad.
and a Tim
Tim's all right. Nobody wants a Chad.
or a Travis?
Doesn't matter what color the skin is. That's just an awesome motherfucker. Now, her brother Shintaro, I'm going to be doing that all night, was known for being a bit of a womanizer
Sweet.
and ran off with a portion of his family's money after he married his wife. And her sister Terika was also known for having multiple lovers and was sent by her father to work in a brothel, which was not uncommon punishment for female promiscuity in Japan at this time.
So in Japan, if you were a hoe, they made you a hoe.
You gots to go to the brothel. Now, she was born in 1905, and she was very adored and doted upon by her mother, who pretty much just let her do whatever the fuck she wanted.
So she was a spoiled brat.
Yes. Now, her mom also insisted that her daughter take singing lessons and lessons to learn to play that shamisen, that little like 3-string guitar that they play with like the big fucking giant Dorito. Which at the time were both closely associated with geisha and prostitution.
No, that's okay. Can you give me the definition of geisha now, or are you going to later?
We're going to get into it a little bit. Now, a geisha, especially at the time, was perceived in a very celebrity-esque, glamorous light. And Sada Abe, like, kind of blatantly pursued that image. Like, she would skip school to go to her music lessons and shit like that, and she would wear, like, hot girl summer makeup, or whatever the equivalent was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Now, after her brother and sister caused issues within the family, at 14, Sada started running around living the street life with a bunch of other teenagers doing their fucking 1919 swag shit. Whatever the fuck you did back then, just survive, I would assume, was day-to-day life. You fucking skip around one of those wooden hoops, play some marbles, and like get into a knife fight over breaking one another's marbles.
Probably.
Little rascal stuff.
Hit each other with a kendo stick.
Yeah. Also, yes,
Or
racist.
you could have a kendo stick or stick ball.
Yeah,
Multi-tool.
It all didn't. Yeah, but it all goes downhill when Yakazama fucking comes out of left field with the nunchucks.
Bastard. That's what, bring nunchucks to a throwing star fucking fight.
Nunchucks will beat any weapon. That's been scientifically proven.
I beg to disagree.
Anyway, she was becoming known as a bit of a sexually open young lady, if you will. Yes, she got a little bit slutty.
There's nothing wrong with being a whore. I respect it.
Do your thing. It's your life. I don't care what you do. Don't matter to me. Now,
Let your freak flag fly. I got that out even with my stroke.
yeah, it got a little shifty there at the end.
I was living dangerously.
It got a little strokey. Now, shortly after going down this road with her life, Sada was raped by a KO university student when she was like 14 or 15.
Well, fuck.
Living the whole life, cool, whatever. Probably not the best at 14. Do what you do. It's your life, not mine. I don't give a shit. That's fucked up.
You mentioned rape. Now I can't make any jokes. Well, fuck. You just ruined that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Now, although her parents initially stood by their daughter, she continued to be a little fuckhead teenager. And if you want to call it retaliation for her behavior, or punishment for her behavior, her parents sold her to a geisha house in Yokohama in 1922, hoping she would find a place in society with some direction.
Okay, will you now tell me what a geisha is?
We're getting there.
God.
Are we just going to glance over the fact that at 15 years old, her parents sold her to a geisha
If I knew
house?
this was an option, I wouldn't.
Or no,
have
I'm
any
sorry.
kids.
She was 17 at the time.
I didn't know this was an option. I wouldn't have any kids.
I don't think you would sell your kids to the geisha place. We'll get into that.
I don't know. Sometimes them little fuckers could piss me off.
Now, well,
I'm
so
joking.
as far as the whole sold into geisha-ness story, there's two versions of that. The first one is Sada Abe saying her father forced her into being a geisha as a punishment for her promiscuity. And then there's her older sister, Toku, said that Sada had kind of always wanted to become a geisha. Like,
So
for a long time.
Daddy was just letting her live her dream and just turn a little bit of profit.
Yes.
What's the
I
fucking
get-
problem?
Well, I don't know if he turned any profit off of this.
Well, if he sold her, I would thought I
I
got
don't know.
money.
Well, because they don't
Did he
get
get a
anything
goat?
out of her at first. Like,
Does he get a cut of the?
well, no, because she stayed at home for the most part until she was 18.
She's a shitty worker.
Well, and it was until she was 18. I don't know the legalities of all
Once
that
again,
shit.
I don't know what a geisha is. I'm waiting for this part.
Okay, so when she turned 18 is when she finally like fully went in there, because she was like 17 when he sold her to the geisha house. So when she was 18, she was able to fully move into the geisha house and begin her training. But she didn't get the experience she wanted, because when she arrived at the geisha house, she quickly learned that in order for one to become a high-class star status geisha, you have to start training and become an apprentice from early childhood, and you have to have many years of training and studying in arts and music to become like the like
So you need a
like walking down the
PhD.
street like
To be a geisha, you have to have basically a PhD.
well, no, there's levels of geisha.
Oh,
This is to be like the geishas that like walk around all fabulous in public, and they're like, Princess Diana wave.
okay.
Pardon me, sorry, microphone fucker. So, because she was late to the game, Sada was never able to progress beyond a low-ranked geisha, and her main duty was basically to provide her clients or the brothel's clients with sexual favors that they had paid for.
Now we're getting down to business. Let's talk.
That's what I'm saying. There's multiple levels to this geisha thing.
So low-level geishas are prostitutes.
Yes.
Or sex
Well,
workers.
technically, I don't want to say, I don't want to sound bad here, but like in a way, okay, so geishas, low-level geishas seem to be like what we know as a prostitute.
Or the
A
girlfriend
high-level
experience.
geisha, no, a high-level geisha is more of what we would know as like an escort.
Oh, so
Like they don't have to fuck you. Or maybe they do.
But if the
I don't
price
know.
is
I don't
right.
know that. I don't know the congrats.
I'm pretty sure.
I just licked my fucking microphone cover.
I don't have any experience with this. I'm pretty sure even the high-level escorts put out.
They don't have to though.
They just say that on the ads.
But
just
that's
to-
the thing. Well, that's the other thing. I also don't know the contractual obligations of a high-level geisha. I could not find any of that paperwork.
Okay, but so basically,
And if I could, I couldn't understand it.
just so I know, and we're on the same page. High-level geisha
Good,
escort, low-level geisha
bad.
streetwalker.
I don't want to say good or bad, but like preferable, not as preferable.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Okay, so she remained as a low-level geisha for like 5 years, and then eventually she contracted syphilis, which will happen. It's
This is
it's like cutting your finger when you work with knives. It's an occupational hazard that could happen.
this was in the early 1900s,
30s,
Oh.
20s, 1920s,
1920s. Okay,
the late
so
1920s.
basically, syphilis back then was basically like having AIDS. Okay,
Yes.
or AIDS in the 80s.
Now, because of the laws in Japan that surrounded sex workers at the time, her contracting syphilis meant that she was required to undergo regular physical examinations. Because like that's a thing in like Tokyo and Japan. Like there's legally licensed
Geishas.
sex workers because no, apparently there's prostitutes as well, or was. I don't know if there still is.
Man, the Japanese are just a swinging.
Yeah, but they can't show pubes on TV or anything like that.
I thought over there they
Yeah.
could show.
No, they pixelate the whole genital region. And it's not. And sometimes you might be able to see the dick. You can't. There's no pubic hair. They don't give a fuck about the dick and vagina. It's just the pubic hair.
I agree. Just get rid of all that shit.
Or I don't know if it's I don't know if it's still like that, but
we'll
it used
go
to
back
be.
to my earlier comment.
Well, they also have a fucking had a game show where like you like played with random titties and like fucked random girls, and one of them might be your mom. I don't know how real it was, but I found out about it and I was like, call me crazy. This might be weird, but I don't actually want to watch that.
This is in Japan.
I think.
Okay, we need to drop another bomb.
Another what?
Another bomb.
Hey, I mean,
maybe we didn't drop enough.
I digress.
Or maybe that caused this.
Yeah.
This kind of behavior.
Now, at the time, legally licensed prostitutes also had to undergo those examinations. So she decided to go with that profession because it would allow her to make more money than being a low-level geisha.
Huh.
Yes. Now, after switching professions, if you will, places, she transferred. We'll go with that. She began to work as a prostitute in Osaka's Tobita brothel district. While she was here, she gained a bad reputation as being a troublemaker. She was known to steal money from her clients and attempted to leave the brothel several times, but was tracked down by Japan's very organized legal prostitution system. They're like fucking twat teamsters.
No, is all this ran by the Japanese,
the government?
Oh, the government, not the Japanese mob.
Isn't it kind of the same thing before like 1970?
Okay.
Because like it was alleged that her dad might have also been a little bit of a shady character, and might have some.
Besides selling his daughter to a geisha house.
Yep.
Okay, I mean that makes it pretty shady.
Chalk that up. Tag that on there.
I joke,
hang
but I
it
would
on there.
not sell my daughter to a geisha house.
Yeah. So after 2 years in the brothel, Sada was able to escape the licensed prostitution system and began working as a waitress.
Sweet.
That's a fucking big switch.
But wouldn't that be a pay cut? A
We'll
big
get to
one,
that.
I would think.
She was unhappy with the wages she was earning as a waitress, and she returned to prostitution again, but she was now an unlicensed prostitute and working in the unlicensed brothels in Osaka in 1932. So she's in her late 20s now.
Yeah.
Now, in 1933, her mom died, so Sada traveled back to Tokyo to visit her father and to visit her mother's grave now, unfortunately. And while she was there, she started working in the prostitution market in Tokyo and became a mistress for the first time.
Geisha, prostitute, mistress? Aren't these
Well,
just...
you know what a prostitute and a mistress are.
Same. Well, mistress, technically you don't get... is like side piece, but that's, it's all
Yeah, I was
sex.
gonna say, I feel like there's more job security in a mistress.
You know what? I don't know.
As far as like...
There's less responsibility.
Like quality of life and shit.
If you get the right dude, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, I doubt fucking Jim, the dude that owns a double wide in fucking Frankfort, Kentucky, has a mistress.
Well,
or what you would call a mistress. At that point, it's a side piece.
Well,
I doubt he's like, I got my sugar baby. I'm gonna go down here to the Sunoco and get her some Monster Energy drink and some Jack Links.
Mistress is just a fancy word for side piece. But what if it's a male mistress? What is that called?
Mastress.
I
don't know.
Tell us in the chat, what's a male mistress called?
Yes, please. Excuse me.
That's a job I don't think I'd want.
You never know. If the money's there, the money's there. Now, she also cared for her father for 10 days before he passed away in January of 1934. So she's had a rough couple of years. In October of the same year, she was arrested in a police raid on the unlicensed brothel she was working in at the time. But she was able to get out of jail time because a well-connected friend of the brothel owner, who was named Kinsuke Kasahara, was attracted to her and made her his mistress. Kasahara moved Sada Abe into a house in December of 1934 and started providing her with an income. This is where we get into
So
yes, mistress.
Mistress is a prostitute / sex worker on salary.
Yeah,
That makes more sense.
with living expenses.
Right. With a per diem and, wow, the stroke is not, I'm doing pretty good tonight. Fucking A. Anyway.
If you would have said perineum instead, the
Perineum.
medical term for
Paramore.
Whoa, whatever. Now, in a deposition with the police, Mr. Kasahara was quoted and said, excuse me, she was a really strong, a real powerful. I'm sorry. She was really strong, a real powerful one. Even though I'm pretty jaded, she was enough to astound me. She wasn't satisfied unless we did it 2, 3, or 4 times a night. To her, it was unacceptable unless I had my hand on her private parts all night long.
This is like the worst Playboy letters in Playboy ever.
At first, it was great, but after a couple of weeks, I got a little exhausted. It would be way worse if I would have continued in fucking my horribly stereotypical samurai movie voice. She wasn't satisfied unless we did it 2, 3, or 4 times a day. It's unacceptable unless I had my hand on her private part. She prayed with a katana.
I just think, I love the Japanese culture, but their alphabet and writing, it gives me a headache.
It was also like left to right, or right to left and up and down and shit.
I could imagine reading whatever the.
Does it look like I'm playing with my wiener?
Yes, it does.
It's the end of my belt. It's got tassels.
But could you imagine reading those
Shoko Asahara? That was the cult guy.
Oh, okay. 50 Shades of Grey in the Japanese language, all the characters. It'd give me a headache. I'd lose my boner.
When you were 50 and you had a stroke.
Yes, true. Okay, continue.
Okay. So Sada then tried to get Kasahara to leave his wife for her, but he refused, and when she asked him if she could take on another lover, he also refused, causing the relationship to end, and she ran away to Nagoya.
This is a problem with mistresses. Eventually, she wanted more. Then when he wouldn't
she
get more,
she JG Wentworthed it.
Then when she couldn't get more, she wanted to say, "Well, I'm gonna get some shit on the side too."
Yeah,
and he said no.
Yeah,
that's a little stingy.
She JG Wentworthed.
That's like that TikTok. Have you seen that TikTok where the lady
There's
says
billions of TikToks?
Well, it's where the lady says, and I'm going to butcher it. It says something. It's you got to read it. It has some lady looking all pissy. She goes, "I saw my boyfriend at the dinner with some other woman, but I couldn't say anything because I was with my husband." I mean, that's that kind of shit.
Mm. Oh no, it's my ass and I want it now. Call Nakamura Wentworth 877 yen now.
Yes, but that's just rude of him. He didn't want to give her the goods or the complete goods,
right?
But he wouldn't let her go get some strange penis.
Now, interestingly enough, in the closing of his testimony with police, Kasahara had an angry remark about Sada Abe, saying, quote, "She is a slut and a whore, and as what she has done makes clear, she is a woman whom men should fear." First off, bars. Second, I don't think that translated quite right. It usually doesn't.
Something got lost in translation.
Yeah. But now, in rebuttal to that, Abe remembered Kasahara in less than flattering terms, saying, quote, "He didn't love me and treated me like an animal. He was the kind of scum who would then plead with me when I said that we should break up." A lot of harsh words going around here.
Isn't that just what a dude does?
I mean, to each their own. I think that's like just on a person-to-person basis. I'm like, God damn, you guys weren't even fucking married.
As two males, we can be honest with each other. When you're getting it and then they break up.
Yeah, look at the fucking, who is it? It's not the Bee Gees. Who is it? Please don't go. Don't go.
Men talk tough when they're getting the ass. As soon as you take the ass away, they change their fucking tune.
To buy a new PlayStation. That's what I did the last time I went through a serious breakup. I bought a fucking PS4. It treated me well. Anyway, when she arrived in Nagoya in 1935, she started working as a maid at a restaurant. I don't know
she
what
went
the
from
fuck that means.
Geisha, sex worker, waitress, mistress. She's just going
to, I guess, like a bus boy.
I think her career path's going in the opposite direction.
Right. Now, Sada started dating a customer from the restaurant named Goro Omiya, who was a professor and a banker. So, caked up. Like the Rick Ross of Japan in the 30s.
Trying to get in that finance money.
He don't eat none of that. He doesn't eat top ramen. He eats fucking bulldog. That's that good shit.
Bulldog?
Yes. The bulldog noodles, extra spice. That's what stained the shit out of that green bowl. I didn't even think about it.
What,
your green plastic bowl.
You stained my green bowl?
It's just, well, it was already fucking red on the inside. I'm assuming you fucking microwaved some SpaghettiOs or some.
I don't do SpaghettiOs.
Or some. I'm sorry. Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs.
Yes, SpaghettiOs is for poor people. That's what homeless people eat. SpaghettiOs.
You remember the big stuffed or whatever the fuck
Those
Chef Boyardee raviolis?
Good.
Yeah. You get a real fat kid, you put them in two in a pan. You put one cheese and one beef.
Chef Boyardee is the way to go. I will not do SpaghettiOs. That fucking liquid sauce.
Oh, God. Let me meet that man. He can Chef Boyard dip these nuts in my mouth.
No. I refuse to eat SpaghettiOs. I will think less.
Go on this SpaghettiO rant. I need a fucking drink. I didn't think I was going to finish that fast.
SpaghettiOs suck. You could drink SpaghettiOs. No, I don't think I have anything. But SpaghettiOs are horrible. Yeah, I'll take a Coke Zero. But homeless people eat SpaghettiOs. Us high-class motherfuckers, we do Chef Boyardee. And you know what? I don't even warm that shit up. I will eat that shit
I mean,
up.
I will, but I would prefer it warmed up. You know what else? You know what else fucks?
What?
Progresso soup.
I'm not a big... I tried it.
Progresso, the blue cans?
I'm not that...
Which one did you try?
I'm a big clam chowder guy.
I fucking love clam chowder.
I love chunky clam chowder. The chunky...
That's so weird. You don't like... You're Mr. I don't like white creamy shit.
But I love... And don't give me that red fucking clam chowder shit. That's
I mean, that shit's good, too. It's just gotta be... It's just gotta be good.
You give me some... I'll get 2 of those big chunky clam chowders. Fuck it. I'm hungry now. We're going to end this podcast.
I'm hungry as fuck.
I'll get 2 of those big chunky, put them in my green bowl, which apparently I'm going to have to throw away now because you fucked it.
No, it's just a little more red than it was. Oh, is that why it was red before me? Because of fucking Campbell's chunky beef stew?
No, not... Oh, clam chowder. No, it's from Chef Boyardee. And that fucking thing is... I've had that since I was a kid.
Well, I mean, it's still the same. It just goes up further now.
It's that 1970s Tupperware shit.
You could sell. I bet you could sell that motherfucker on Etsy for like $40.
Me and that motherfucker have been through.
I used to hide my sperm in there when I was a kid.
Before I hit puberty.
Oh God!
And now I'm 50. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, SpaghettiOs suck. But no, I would.
That was my DNA collecting tray as a child.
You get those chunky clam chowder.
Campbell's? I didn't know they made one.
Chunky, whatever.
Yeah, Campbell's.
Is that
it's made by Campbell's.
Yeah, but it's real thick.
Yeah, you like that?
And then I like to take that. Either saltine crackers or I'm not a big oyster cracker guy. I like saltine crackers and crumble and do the old.
I like oyster
Mr.
crackers
Miyagi
for like. Yeah, I like oyster crackers for like a chili.
I can do
I mean,
it.
really, if it's chili, I'll put almost any cracker in it.
But
in a good chili.
See, I like saltine crackers because of the salt, which I can't have now.
Okay, there you go.
Fuck you, Strokes.
Total switch over. How do you feel about canned chili? What's your favorite canned chili?
I don't have one.
Which one do you? I mean, everybody knows Hormel chili.
I mean,
Wolf's brand's better.
Probably Hormel's the one I'll go with.
What else is canned? Have you ever had canned chicken, like a canned whole chicken? It's a thing, bones and all. Never had one. Don't want to.
I don't think so.
Spam is underrated.
I'm not a big spam guy. Sorry.
If it's fried spam is fire.
You know what is actually
How do you not like spam, but you like bologna?
I don't like Vienna sausages either. I used to feed that.
That's why you turned down all my advances.
Yes. I used to feed that to Chalupa. Jesus.
Vienna sausages? Really? Why?
I used to mix it in with their dog food.
Just
She loves it.
A little treat.
Well, there's a story behind it. When my last little breakup, I had to send her with my mother because
you were distraught.
no, I didn't really have a place, before I moved in here. So she was with my mother
You were houseless.
for a month. I'm basically homeless.
Well, apparently, I think houseless is the PC term now.
Okay, whatever.
I was thinking about it. I was like, makes sense.
So I had my mother watch Chalupa, and
Canned tamales. I've had those too.
Chalupa was so distraught over being away from me, she couldn't get her to eat, but she would eat Vienna sausages.
Okay.
So to get her back on dog food, I'd put some Vienna sausage in with her dog food, but because I had to switch her to
The soft shit.
the soft shit because she's basically a toothless wonder.
Yeah.
So, but now I haven't done.
Here's
that.
a tip from Travis.
My nose is
If
running.
you don't want people to look at you weird, don't refer to your dog as the toothless wonder and like peanut butter as much as Phil does.
Don't do chunky though.
Oh,
It rubs you raw.
I was talking about that today about how when I'd still have diverticulitis, but they were like, peanuts, nut butters, and I was like, you telling me I can't have peanut butter? And they're like, you can have peanut butter. You can only just have like some peanut butter, not all of it, and it should be creamy. And I was like, that's fine. Nobody likes fucking crunchy peanut butter anyway. Smacked the fucking medical document out of the doctor's hand, told her to suck my dick, and I walked out of that motherfucker. I was like, fuck you, Jerry. That's not how that happened. But once I couldn't have crunchy peanut butter, like 6 months later, I was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I was like, man, I low-key kind of want some crunchy peanut butter on this motherfucker.
I love crunchy peanut butter.
It's weird. I like crunchy peanut butter on a toasted sandwich because trying to spread it on regular white bread that's not toasted, is like wiping with single ply. Like it's like, but instead of poop, it's peanut butter.
Something about it. I mean, it's not like my mother bought crunchy. I don't recall growing up.
There's all those Butterfingers throwing off your memory.
Oh, yeah, Butterfinger. I got Butterfingers on the brain. But I bought creamy earlier this year. It's kind of. I like the crunch.
Lackluster.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
Boring. It's droll.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. I mean, most of the times I like things smooth, but like my balls, as we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Reference back to that, but crunchy is just the way to go.
Excellent.
Because about an hour later you could get a little aftertaste. You might find one buried back here, and you chew it up. Anyway, continue.
Now, she knew the restaurant that she was working at wouldn't allow her to work there while she was still in a relationship with a customer, and she was also growing bored of Nagoya, so she returned to Tokyo in June. Now, Omiya met her in Tokyo, and when he found out she had syphilis, he paid for her to stay at a hot springs resort in Kusatsu from November to January of 1936.
So she's just going around spreading syphilis to the fucking
I also just don't understand, oh, man, is that what the doctor tells you? You go to the doctor, and you're like, I think I got an STD or STI, whatever they're called now. And he's like, you got syphilis. I'm going to write you a prescription for a fucking hot springs resort in Japan. That'll do it.
They're trying to burn that shit out of the hoo-ha.
Right? Doesn't it already burn?
That's what I say. That's just double burning. That shit's on fire now.
Stupid idiots.
What year did penicillin get invented?
Invented? I don't know.
Isn't that what? I've never had it, so
I don't fucking know.
I think penicillin's what takes care of that shit.
Amoxicillin? I don't know. Something.
I don't think
something with the illin. But I digress. Now, Omiya suggested that Sada could be a more financially independent if she were to open her own restaurant, and told her that she should start working as an apprentice in the restaurant business.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
1. Most. Now, when Sada returned to Tokyo, she started working as an apprentice, as they talked about, in the Yoshidaya restaurant on the 1st of February, 1936. Anniversary. That's today.
We planned that,
was
right?
it 92 years later?
We planned that, right?
What? No,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately. Now, bring in Kisiza Ishida, a 42-year-old at the time, at least. And he was the owner of the restaurant, but by that time he had become known as a womanizer and didn't really do shit around the restaurant, which was basically managed by his wife at the time. And shortly after she started working at the restaurant, Ishida started making advances on Sada, which she was very responsive to. Mm-hmm. And the two initiated their sexual relationship in the restaurant to the sounds of a geisha singing a love ballad.
That's romantic.
He's like Japanese Richard Gere.
You bent her over a fucking table and just...
Richard Gere, a pretty woman.
Now,
Julia Roberts.
getting back to geishas real quick. Are they
in a box.
Are they the ones with the white? They're all
Yeah.
white? Okay.
Traditionally, little red lips.
Right. Which I do not... I'm sorry. I do not find that attractive. That does nothing for me. Maybe I'm a racist. I don't know.
It's like
It's kind of
like
weird.
a Japanese ghost with a butthole for a mouth.
It's kind of weird.
I mean, the things we do for love. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. Trust me, I've done some fucked up shit.
Yeah. So after they initiated their love thing in his restaurant that she worked at, with the restaurant's employee that is a geisha singing a love ballad to them. Is the 1930s Japanese version of fucking Vince Neil, just hi to Shanti, and they're just hey.
Is that what Japanese people?
I guess.
Is that what
That's
sex
what I
with the Japanese first? Is that what you do?
Hey. Now they then went to later moved past the 80s love scene that we just experienced. And later on, they met for a sexual encounter at a tea house in Shibuya and stayed in the bed fucking for 4 days, apparently.
Why is there a bed in a tea house?
I don't know.
What kind of fucking operation is going on in Japan?
I don't know, man. Now, they also then went to a different tea house in Futaku, Tamagawa, and continued getting drunk and having sex, sometimes while a geisha sang to them, and other times they would continue to have sex and just keep banging away when maids would come into the room to serve sake.
I tell you what, next time I have sex, there's going to be a geisha serenading us.
You mean your geisha called your iPhone XR?
Yes.
You're just going to put a mask on it? But they kept banging when the fucking room service would come in and serve sake.
Leave it on the
table. Like, what the fuck?
Room service.
Oh my god. Did you order the sushi? Oh yeah. Okay, I leave it on the table. Like,
just the tip.
Just the tip. I was just thinking, like, you think like he's just looking at her having just passionate sex, and like out of nowhere you see the fucking maid come in with like her hand out. She's like, "Are you a tip?" And he's like fucking just pulls out like 2 yen out of his asshole and just ting ting. Just a little poop.
Jesus.
Anyway,
it should be illegal having this much fun.
They also went to Ogu after this, and he didn't return to his restaurant for about 2 weeks during this escapade. They just went out and just...
Oh, fuck, you got recoup time. You got to rest after that much.
No, they were just out that whole time, apparently.
Fuck.
Just banging their way around Japan. There had to be cocaine or something. Or, I don't know, like ancient Chinese Viagra. So just Viagra.
I mean, after 2 minutes, I'm done. I got to take a week off.
Anywho, after all this, Sada began to drink heavily out of anger and jealousy because of the thought that Ishida was returning and being with his wife instead of her. And on May 9th, 1936, she attended a play in which a geisha attacks her lover with a large knife.
Sweet.
On May 11th, she pawned some of her clothes and used the money to buy a kitchen knife. Ramping up. She returned to Ogu with Ishida, and while they were getting it on, she put the knife at the base of Ishida's penis and said she would make sure he would never play around with another woman, to which he laughed. To which he laughed at this threat. And after 2 nights, Sada started choking Ishida while they were having sex, and he told her not to stop, saying it increased his pleasure. So she had him do that to her as well. So then they started erotically asphyxiating each other.
Sweet.
And on May 16th, Sada used a piece of her clothing to choke Ishida while he had an orgasm, and they both loved that shit, and they just kept doing it for 2 hours.
Escalation.
After all that, Ishida's face, this might be a little, this might hit a little close to home for you, but after 2 hours of that shit, Ishida's face was distorted and droopy from all the choking.
It's called a stroke, motherfuckers.
Yeah. She choked him into a fucking stroke.
Now, I would be more than happy if that's why I had a stroke. I would be all right with my stroke. I would be all right with my stumbling around words and, But no, I just had a good old-fashioned stroke, the old-fashioned way. I earned it.
Mm. Oh, speaking of, Moon Unit in the chat said canned tamales while we were having that can debate.
Yeah.
You want to hear my shit?
What?
Back in the day, I would get canned tamales, which were trash, and then I would break them up and put them in with the big stuffed Chef Boyardee beef raviolis, and then I would microwave them together or put them in the pan together, and then I would put a shitload of hot sauce and cheese on them and mix it up. That's a meal of kings.
If you say so.
But anyway, I digress. Now, after all this, since he had a stroke basically from all the choking, he took a shitload of sedatives so that it would help him sleep because he was in so much pain. And he actually jokingly told her that if she was going to choke him like that again, just to fucking kill him because it hurt so bad after they were done.
Oh, is she choking his dick? Jesus.
Anyways, now, by this time, the cut off your dick threats had become like a kinky kink thing between the two of them. And so you just sprinkle that in there every once in a while. So choking a guy into a fucking stroke while threatening to cut his dick off, and he's just over there like, oh, yes, it is.
I don't know who's more of a sick fuck, him or her.
Both? Now, in the middle of the night, on May 18th, 1936, Sada wrapped her sash around Ishida's neck twice and strangled him to death in his sleep.
She was in his sleep? At least she could have did it while she was riding the shit out of him.
She then used the knife she bought to cut off Ishida's penis and testicles, wrapped them in paper, and placed the package, pun intended, in her pocket.
That gives new meaning to the word pocket pal.
On top of that, she used the dick blood to write, quote, "We, Sada Abe and Kishizo Ishida, are alone together," on the sheets, and used the knife to carve her name, or the character for her name, into his arm before she got dressed and left. And I think she also clothed him, possibly. And I think she did like the 30s hotel version of the Do Not Disturb plaque.
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, here's sippy boy, you leave him alone. I'll go ask the buy Toki Doki plush animal. He very sleepy." Like,
I'm just glad you are Asian.
Right?
Because we would be so fucked right now.
Now, after murdering Ishida, she went shopping. She saw a film.
Typical woman.
Then she got another hotel room. The next day, she got a massage and a couple beverages, and starting writing her farewell letters. Now, the cops were already looking for her, and so at this point, she was using fake names to get her into these hotel rooms. Oh, damn, we're already on to my fucking last, 3/4 of a page.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, we've been on for an hour. So she would later pull the dick and balls out of her pocket and admitted that she wanted to be with him at least one more time before she jumped off a cliff to kill herself. That was her plan. So she decided she wanted to suck the dead severed dick, and therefore she fucking did it. And she put the dead wiener in her mouth several times. And was perturbed and saddened by the fact that she could not make it erect. Duh. There's no blood source. It's a chopped off dick.
Well,
my question is, was it weird for her to put a dead dick, chopped off dick in her mouth and play with the balls all the way over here because they're also chopped off the body? Do you think that she like pantomimed a normal one? Or do you think that she was like she's playing games with the nutsack while she's trying to give the dead dick fellatio? Or do you think, even better, do you think that she was doing the fucking old Asian guy thing and she was doing she was spinning them around like those fucking balls?
Lawrence Fishburne, whatever.
Fishburne, Larry.
And Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. No, what? Oh, yeah.
When he was waiting for him to come home.
Yeah, those fucking Chinese concentration balls. You think she was doing that with them off to the side? He's still in the sack, though? Like she's playing with the ball. She's playing with the balls like how like a medieval fucking Frenchman throws somebody a satchel of coins without counting it, because that's amazing. I've always loved, and some comedian talked about it, how like nobody ever counts anything in like medieval movies. They're just like, yes, I like that horse. Here's a satchel of money. Here are coins. They are enough. They are not too much. They are not too little.
That's actually Game of Thrones. They were always just throwing bags of money around.
You're like, there you go, fucker. Like, do they have different size bags? Are there different denominational sizes of bags?
This one weighs.
Or color coded, maybe. They're like, this bag is brown. It is 4 sixpence. That man has a purple bag. We shall rob him, Reginald. Come with me. Hear ye. Tally ho.
This is a much better conversation than an Asian woman sucking a
dead dick.
Dismembered.
Well, let's get back into that, because on top of trying to suck the dead dick that is severed, she also tried to have sexy times with it. She tried to like use it as a dilly.
Well,
also pretty unsuccessfully.
I mean, all she really would have had to do, she wasn't very creative. Clean out the inside and take a stick and put it in.
Well,
of course, rigor mortis wouldn't rigor mortis set in? It would get somewhat hard. Or
it's off the body.
Oh, that's why I'm asking. I don't know these.
I feel
things.
like once you cut it off the body, it just drains out. Like
I don't know. Do we have any medical professionals?
Like it's just like an underfilled bratwurst.
Maybe this.
Even if you're not, who gives a shit? Shove 2 chopsticks through it and it's fucking still disgusting. And now it's fucking, I don't even want to say hard. It's just straight. It's no longer flappy.
Did they have dildos in the 1930s?
Yeah. They've found like ancient, like 1,000-year-old dildos.
The aliens brought them to.
I think ironically they found like stone and wood dildos on the island of Lesbos.
Of course they did.
I think that's actually factual. I could be wrong, but okay, back to the story. As I said before, police were already searching for Sada, and they were going through hotels trying to find her or whoever this person was. Well, they knew it was Sada Abe. She was using false names to get into the hotels, and they were tracking these hotels and going into all of the hotels in this area. And because I don't know what names she was giving, but I guess she was giving names that were off or weird enough that they were kind of able to track her down. Mm-hmm. And they thought they found her at the hotel she was at, and they did in fact catch up with her. And when she opened the door, she just straight up was like, "You're looking for Sada Abe, aren't you? I'm her." Like, just straight fucking admitted that it was her. And which the cops were like, "Oh no," because they're like, "This is too easy.
Take that dismembered dick, that cut off dick, out of your mouth.
Well, they were like, this is a little easy, you know, and there's clout chasing people that would, just like,
copycat.
What Henry Lee Lucas said, he killed like fucking 3,000 people and all that shit just for the cameras, basically, as far as I'm concerned. So they thought that was too easy. So in response, she pulled out the dick and balls as evidence and was like, well, unless you know of another dick hoarder, I'm pretty sure you got the right gal. I was waiting for it. As soon as I realized where it was, I just let it play out. Now, they interrogated her like 8 times, I believe. And over the course of these 8 interrogations that she told the police she didn't want another woman to have her lover, and she wanted to take part of him with her, or the part of him that she had the most fond memories with. And since also said that let me just put this in, let me rearrange this. She cut off his dick and balls because she wanted to take a part of him with him and decided to take the most enjoyable and most fond memory part of him, since she couldn't take his head. What the fuck do you mean you couldn't take his head? You cut his dick and balls off. Why couldn't you just cut his head off too?
Well, that was her favorite part.
Like fucking Dinner for Schmucks, when that bird or whatever like chops off the German dude's fingers, he's like, that was my wife's favorite finger.
Well, I know if a woman ever strangles me to death during sex, she's not cutting off my penis. And because it's not going to be her favorite part. She'll probably maybe cut off my hand.
I was just saying, unless she wants to pull it out.
Well, you know what? She was smart. She would have cut off his hand, or at least a digit. There's a bone in there still. It's going to be hard.
Then you take the finger and you shove it in the dick. Problem solved.
Brainstorming.
Stupid.
That's what we do here at Ghost
Fucking
in the Dark.
idiot. Duh. Now, there was also rumors that Ishida's penis was big as fuck, apparently.
Come on.
I guess, like, maybe because, I don't know. But one of the policemen confirmed that it was, in fact, average, and they were then put on display at a university museum.
I wonder if average... I don't know. I'm being serious. This isn't a joke. This isn't a bit. I wonder if average has changed throughout the years. You know, because I
feel like they didn't know the average dick size in the 30s.
Well, we as humans have gotten bigger, you know, over the years. You know, the average height is going up.
Yeah.
You know,
so is the average obesity rate.
That's true too. Like, you know, back in 1800, Tom Cruise would have been fucking tall.
Yeah.
You know, but
''tis a giant.
Yes, but I just wonder if the same applies to phallus size.
Phallical research.
Because what is average now? 6.2 or 5
inches?
Yeah.
I was like 4 something.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's the best news I've heard all day. I'm average. Yay, me.
Oh, man.
No, but I wonder if it's gotten... Back then it was like 3 inches, maybe. I don't know.
Or back then it was like a foot.
Yeah,
like you just had really short dudes with giant dongs.
Men have gotten taller, but dicks gotten smaller.
Yeah,
that's probably actually more accurate.
Squeezing out the bottom of the fucking toothpaste on us. Now, after all this, she was arrested. Straight up admitted to all this shit. Told him everything. She asked for the death penalty, but she was only sentenced. By every time it was all said and done, she was sentenced to 6 years in prison.
Get the fuck out of here.
And she ended up only serving 5 years before she was released. And while she was in prison, she was in the Tochigi Women's Penitentiary, and her inmate number was 11.
So let me get this straight. She killed a man, cut off his dick,
sucked it, put it in her...
Confessed to the crime.
Hoo-hoo.
Confessed to the crime and got 6 years.
Confessed to it with said dick in hand in front of the police.
And got 6 fucking years.
And served 5.
I don't want to hear anything about women bitching about fucking rights now. Jeez, you know, this...
I think this one might be a little exception. I'm not really sure where this falls.
Because if that was a dude, they would have killed him on the spot.
With a dick in his hand?
Or vagina in his hand, or tit in his hand. Come on now.
If she only got 6 years, I feel like a guy should have got less because it would take way more effort to cut a vagina off than a dick.
Well, some vaginas you can't cut off.
I bet you Ed Gein would disagree with you.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure, like, I don't even know. He probably had, like, vagina oven mitts or something.
Speaking of vaginas, have you seen those? Yeah, I'm sure you've seen those
Vaginas?
Those TikToks where, they'll be walking over something and act like they fall like the guitar.
Yeah.
I literally want to throw up every time I see that.
That's amazing. So, again,
Makes
but
me
you had
think of
nothing to
certain
say
people.
about the end of that?
What?
She was at the Tochigi Women's Penitentiary, and she was inmate number 11.
Okay, I'm not getting the joke.
11? There's only fucking 11 bitches in the place when she
okay.
got arrested.
Well, maybe there was more. They just started over.
Like, how do you start? How is there prison gangs if there's only 11 of them?
Well, I just want to know, is one still there? She would be the OG.
At number one, the gangster lady. Anyway, after she was released from prison, she was given a new alias, or took a new alias, and would go on to do a shitload of interviews. She was the subject of books. She was the subject of films, all kinds of stuff. She did kind of disappear in the 70s. And other than one director who says that he met her in the 70s while she was in her late 70s at some random ass nunnery, to talk to her about his upcoming project. That's about the only person that allegedly has any contact really with her after that point. And also, there's actually no real information known about the final death of Sada Abe either.
The bitch is probably still floating around. She's probably immortal.
She'd be
cut off dick makes you immortal. There could be only one.
I don't think so. She'd be like 118.
I'm just saying.
I think that's older than the oldest recorded person. Maybe. I don't know.
I'd have to Google that shit.
Oops. But yeah, that's the story of Sada Abe.
So, well, I guess, we all know you cut off a penis, you're going to be infamous. We all know Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah.
We still know her. Now,
her ex-husband, John Wayne.
But, Saba said, hold my beer. I'm going to one up you. I'm going to suck that motherfucker. I mean, that's just wrong. That's just wrong.
That's like the weirdest version of necrophilia.
I just don't.
Like a severed penis. You're just walking around with a severed penis wrapped up in some paper, like it's a fucking half-pound of roast beef from Dave's Meats.
What was she, 5? And I think I'll put this in my mouth now.
I think she was fucking nuts is the problem.
She
clearly wasn't correct. You know what I think it might have been?
What?
I think it might have been undertreated or untreated syphilis driving her fucking batshit crazy, much like it did with Al Capone and several other people.
And some say
Hitler.
Yes, Mr. Adolf.
He was on Mercury.
The planet?
No, he was taking mercury pills.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. That was a treatment for syphilis back in the day. That's what they did with even before that. Blackbeard. Blackbeard had syphilis, and in those days they would inject mercury into your dick if you were a dude.
I would have to say.
Treat mercury and the burning from it. That's why part of the reason why Blackbeard was legitimately fucking crazy.
I am going to go out on a limb and say there's going to be no needles anywhere within a 2-foot radius.
Let's be
of
real.
my
And
penis.
what was Blackbeard, like the 1700s? There was no needles. There was probably just some fucking ship hand named fucking Alistair taking a bottle of mercury and like taking a little bloop of it and just like a fucking animal balloon.
Sweet.
But yeah, that's why Blackbeard was so feared and shit, because he was fucking nuts. Before he would board a ship, he would strap on like as many muskets and swords and shit as he could possibly get on his body, and then he would twist cannon fuses into his beard and light them on fire and that's how he would board ships. And I was thinking about, I was like, man, in like the 1600s, that would be pretty fucking terrifying.
Let's see if I can find out.
Wrong one.
When penicillin was.
Something tells me you can.
I'm going to Wikipedia that shit.
Now, when was it discovered versus when was it put into use medicinally?
That's what I'm waiting.
Tis the question.
Penicillin was discovered in 1928 by Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming.
So she already had syphilis.
Okay, so let me. Okay, medical usage.
It's like 86.
I'm not saying an exact date. For
Just a little on the spot research. This is not a flattering angle for me. Sitting down does not make me feel like I've lost as much weight as I think I have.
maybe they started. I'm surprised. It's not really telling me another date, so I don't know. Maybe
They just they found it and they just started like somebody was like, "What's this? This is new. I'll call it penicillin. Terry, come here." Just shoves it down Terry's mouth. It's medicine. How did you feel?
Well, I'm just wondering why. If it was, I would like to know. I mean, if I wasn't on the podcast live, I would do a little bit more research. But I can't believe.
Call your stroke doctor.
Yeah, let me call a doctor. Blah blah blah, and say, hey, I might need some penicillin. I might have got a hold of some bad shit. No, but why? Because that's basically. With Hitler and all these other it drives you crazy. Why were they not using it for that yet? That's what I'm kind of wondering. If it was penicillin was discovered in 1928, I don't know.
Ow! I don't know.
When was the Tuskegee experiments?
Oh fuck! I don't know. Like I couldn't give you the exact range of years.
50s. Well, that's basically where they.
It went on for a while. The Tuskegee experiments.
That was where the African Americans, they gave them syphilis and said they were treating them with penicillin.
They gave them fucking syphilis in airplanes.
That I think two different things.
You had a 50-50.
Hey Biden, that's two different.
You red pill or blue pill?
That's two different Tuskegees.
God, they raided his beach house or whatever the fuck. Here's my first problem. Why are only guys that have money for beach houses president all the time? And we wonder why the middleman and the low man on the totem pole kind of get fucked from time to time. And I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying everything's perfect or imperfect no matter what your tax bracket. But some people get fucked. Some people don't get fucked. Everybody gets fucked eventually.
Or get their dick sucked off while it's
off.
No longer attached.
Literally sucked off.
That might be the shittiest blowjob ever.
I wonder if that's how she did it. You think she like she was like holding her fucking sake because apparently she was a kind of an alcoholic, and she's got this knife in the other hand. She's like, I don't have enough hand, and she just
what my biggest fear
cuts
is?
It off.
My biggest fear is
getting your dick cut off.
Kind of, but having a girl, performing fellatio on you, and I don't know, she'd have like Tourette's or something, or sneeze or something, or cough.
Bite your wiener off?
Yes. Of course, that's one thing I've always, you watch movies and stuff about that R word, that horrible act that I don't believe you can say anymore on YouTube.
Rape?
Yeah, that word you can't say.
I said it earlier in this research.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah.
Anyway. But
it's not like we're out here fucking condoning. I even said, like, this lady was fucking crazy cutting off dicks and sucking them and shit.
Oh,
and when she got raped as a child or
that's right,
a teenager,
my
I
bad.
even said then.
My bad.
All the time. Rape is bad.
My
I don't
bad.
give a fuck.
But
I don't understand why, like, there's anybody out there that even tries to legitimize any of that. Like, let's just agree. There's no good rape. There's no good child molestation. There's no good fucking statutory rape. There's no good world hunger. It's all bad.
But I just want to say how big,
some things are bad.
My point, watch movies about that. So, but my point is, how big of balls do you have to forcibly force a woman to go down on you and give you a blowjob? They have all the power at that point. That's the last thing I'm doing.
I also think it's fucked up that they train, like in women's protection courses, they they tell women to yell fire instead of help.
Because
people are more apt to go help. Like,
really? Is that
yeah.
true?
Yeah, right? I think that's fucking crazy. Like, if I hear a human scream of distress, even if it's not words, I'm at least going to go and look around the corner. The fuck? Some women like what?
I don't know. I'm not even touching that one, Gregory.
Rape? No.
I mean, speaking of that,
that's not true. I know some people are like bring up the consensual, non-consensual, like kink,
the fantasy type shit.
It's not the same. Like,
have you ever? I've done research on this. I've asked.
Even you've been on Pornhub.
No. I've asked women this. Is that really a thing? Do some women enjoy it? I've never personally come across a woman that had that particular fantasy.
I guess, but like it's still not the same.
I've been with
as
some
like,
freaky bitches in my day.
It's still not the same. Like,
I mean, I just couldn't.
That's why it's called consensual non-consent.
Consensual non-consent. That's a fucking mouthful.
Like, what the fuck? Like, it's still not the same. What, like, you're in court and some guy's like, she was into it. And she's like, I don't fucking know you. There's just the NC, not the C. Because I guess it's CNC is consensual non-consent in
legal jargon.
Whatever abbreviations, I guess.
I don't know. All right.
It's fucking nuts. I don't know. Just fucking, that is bad. Don't do it. Everybody should not do it. And if you do it, you deserve to get fucking Johnny Cage uppercutted in the balls every day.
I like, what's the gentleman name got his penis cut off? Whatever his name is.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Zelda?
Yeah. If that was what he was doing, by all means, she had every right to cut off his penis.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's finding Gregory. Finding a woman that likes to be choked is much easier than finding one that has that particular fetish or fantasy or whatever.
I think the bottom line here is that non-consensual sexual acts just ain't cool.
Which is, Gregory, be more specific. Those women with those fetishes or that fantasy should be avoided, or women that like to be choked be avoided. I need more context. Which one you got? Because I need to know which one to stay away from.
At the end of the day, just stay away from anything non-consensual.
I'm staying away from all women, not by choice.
Abstaining.
Yes, not by choice. I'm forcibly abstaining.
And also, just while we're on the subject, let's not forget, don't murder and castrate dudes either.
And then if
everybody
you do
love
do
everybody.
It, if you do cut off a man's penis, do not suck it after,
100%,
after the fact.
100%.
Especially a day or two later.
That's
fucking gross.
Lorena Bobbitt it. Throw it out the window. Like, that's still kind of shitty, but because all I'm thinking of now is that scene at the end of 21 Jump Street when he shoots him in the dick. And he's like, you just shot me in the dick. And he's like, is that it? And he just ah! Pick up my dick. Please pick up my dick. And they said no. And he just fucking and he picked it up with his mouth.
All right. I think are we done? I think we pissed off YouTube enough for tonight.
Why?
Because
I have repeatedly said, don't force yourself upon somebody sexually.
I'm just saying I'm not.
And also, don't cut off each other's genitalia or kill each other.
I'm just saying.
This bitch was fucking crazy. She had some fucked up things happen in her life. I'm sure he was a fucking asshole.
Gonzo's here.
He's been here.
Gonzo
for a little bit, not long.
He wants to know.
Yeah, he tuned in late on this one of all the subjects.
Yeah, he wants to know what my fetishes are.
I'm actually kind of surprised we got this much out of it.
Me too.
Like,
I have no.
It's a very quick topic, but Gonzo, very, very talkable.
I have no fetishes, Gonzo. I'm a boring lay.
Phil's fetishes are holy water and the Lord's Prayer. Oh, mine does creak a little bit.
I do the Ralph Cramden. Hamana. What was that Eddie Murphy bit?
I don't know. There's quite a few of them.
That would imply I'd have to get some there, Gonzo. To I'm
Yeah,
old. I had
Phil
a
does the Ralph Cramden because he's got Ralph crammed in his ass.
yeah.
Boom.
Bada bump. Anyway, I think I have to use the bathroom, so I think we are going to wrap this up. Yes, Moon, she's a little crazy.
That was not. If that, I hope that came across on the fucking microphone.
What?
That, like, my slide on the fucking bottom of the chair that sounded just like a fart.
Oh, that's right. Gonzo's a Chiefs fan, isn't he?
Yeah. Fuck, I'm not a Bengals fan.
I will say, because he made a comment about us having or I shouldn't.
Oh, the mayor talking shit.
I will say he
Stay out of it.
No, I don't. I think it's cool that mayors talk shit to each other, but when he started talking about, he crossed a little bit of a line.
What, Burrowhead?
No, Burrowhead's not. That's kind of funny, but when he's talking about Joe Burrow being Patrick's daddy, I'm like, okay, what the fuck are you talking? What are you talking about? That's crossing the line. Now Burrowhead's kind of interesting, and he stole that from Apple Apple anyway.
Eli Apple?
Yeah, he said that after the fucking divisional game.
Didn't he fucking blow a play?
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, I did watch or listen to, I should say, Travis Kelce and
his brother.
Jason, their podcast today.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know they had a podcast.
Oh yeah, it's funny as fuck. Jason Kelce's funny as fuck, and maybe be the best center in the league, but that's beside the point. But I guess because they're both UC grads, so I guess they were talking about this, and Jason Kelce goes, "You just guys," he goes, "How's it feel?" Or something to this effect. You just guys, we are no longer allowed in Cincinnati. We can no longer go back to our alma mater. And then, but I guess Kelce was wearing some UC shit. He goes, "You trying to suck up now?" And I will, but
hey, at least he didn't try to suck up as hard as Sada Abe did.
But I will say something about the Cincinnati mayor. At least he owed up to it. He said, "Yeah, got me on that one." The next day, at least he took it. He took his medicine.
He's just on TV. Fuck.
Yeah, but
I don't know. It's like I said. I just noticed that the place. I don't know what the business is, but that place over by the gym that has that enormous American flag. They sure as fuck. One day when I went to the gym last week, like Friday, I think. They sure as shit had a enormous Bengals flag up there that I was like, they definitely paid to have that custom made. Because that, the flag I'm talking about. That flag is fucking
it's one of those
huge.
Yeah.
That's got to be like it's like what? Like half the size of the one they cover the field with when they do the shaky flag on the field.
Absolutely. I Gregory, I did just say that. Jason Kelce probably is the best center in football.
I think there's some people who'd give him a run for his money if they gave him if they had a chance.
No, Jason,
like Oprah.
Kelce is an amazing center. He can do some things that centers should be able to do.
Jonah Hill, circa 2009.
And be honest with you, I personally believe the Kelces will be the second brothers in the Hall of Fame.
Is there only one set?
That I know of. I know the Sharps.
The Mannings?
No,
the Sharp. Oh, yeah. Eli's not
I don't think
eligible yet.
Yeah, he's not.
They will be,
I know
too.
the Sharps are.
Let's be real. The Manning brothers are going to be the second.
Really, Eli?
They're definitely going to be both the Kelce brothers are still actively playing.
Oh, well, of course, I think
Peyton and Eli are retired. They're definitely going to be in before them.
Oh, probably. I'm not sure. Eli,
he won he won what? At least one Super Bowl. Did he win two?
Maybe, but
he's like the Giants' all-time leading passer and shit.
Exactly,
he's going
the Giants,
and he's a Manning.
That's more of what it is. He was no disrespect, but he was not his brother.
I think he has he has the numbers to argue at it too. So I mean, if there's like nobody's gonna be like fucking bullshit. You see Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame, you're gonna be like, yeah.
I mean, it's.
You're not gonna be like, fuck yeah, shit,
I
you
will
dumb
say
son of a bitch. It's not like Tom Brady
it's
like, duh.
I will say this: if Joe Namath is in the Hall of Fame, Eli Manning should be. I will say that.
Wait, what?
If Joe Namath is in the Hall of Fame, which he is, Eli Manning should be.
Is Fran Tarkenton in the Hall of Fame?
He
better be.
I don't know.
Mike Vick.
See you later, Thanks for coming.
Is Devin Hester in the Hall of Fame yet?
I don't think he's eligible yet, is he?
I don't know. He better be when he comes up. He better go. The best return man of all time.
But I'm sure there's more brothers. There's probably more brothers. But I know the Sharps are in the Hall of Fame, both of them.
Yeah.
But Kelsey, I hate to say, Travis Kelsey is probably the best tight end in the game, and probably the most entertaining. And Jason Kelsey is the best center of the league. I mean, there's some great centers in the league, but I think personally, for as long as he's done it, he's up there.
Yeah.
Like he's 12 years in the league, something like that.
I mean, like, not because of my fandom, but I feel like Travis Frederick is not better than Jason Kelsey. Just like, if it's not Jason Kelsey, there's probably like 3 or 4 that you might want to talk about. Not that it matters. Nobody gives a shit. The only time people give a shit is when there's not active play. Because he's not a receiver, running back, or quarterback.
Apparently there's a Eli Manning debate in the chat. Gregory agrees with me. Eli's questionable. And Gonzo says, you look up his stats, Eli's stats, about the same amount of career wins and losses.
That doesn't surprise me.
But there is
I'm just saying, like, Eli Manning is not one of the guys that if I saw him as a Hall of Fame candidate, I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? I wouldn't be, like, shocked and appalled that his name came up.
I wouldn't be horribly shocked. But here's the thing. There is more, in my personal opinion.
Vince Young?
There's more to just stats than
wins and losses.
There's more wins and losses, more in stats.
Yeah.
There's the eye test. Eli Manning never. How can I say that? Peyton Manning's a different breed.
Yeah.
He struck fear. You knew.
So is our fucking nephew that's coming up now. That kid's a hoss. Guess who he fucking committed to? Texas.
Stats aren't the only thing. It's talent has to be, but Eli struck fear into opponents just with his brains. Wasn't the best. Looked like a Rottweiler with Tourette's throwing the ball back in the pocket.
Gonzo just made a good point. He did beat the undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl.
And I'm not big on Super Bowl rings.
I'm not either, but it's the fact that it was the undefeated Patriots he beat in the Super Bowl.
I guess. I don't know.
Everybody on that team should go to the fucking Hall of Fame. Are you shitting me? Do you remember the Patriots back then? How fucking stacked they were?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. At that time, I think they had Wes Welker. Did they have Wes Welker then? Yes, I think so.
See, I'm not a big Patriots hater. I respect the Patriots for what they did.
Oh, I don't have a problem with the Patriots. I'm just saying. Didn't they have Corey Dillon back then at the end of his career?
I think that might have been the Corey Dillon years. I know he went up there. I might have been
Randy Moss? No, not back then. They're revolving door of receivers that they've always had, but they make it work somehow. Well, because then they had Randy Moss at one point. Didn't they have T.O. for a season?
I don't remember T.O.
Or I think they had Ocho Cinco.
Did they?
I think. But it was the Patriots back then. They just fucking like shit out. They just signed and shit out fucking receivers like year to year. Was it one of the Moss brothers? Was a different Moss on there?
Santana Moss?
Santana or Cinereese?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like every receiver has gone to the fucking Patriots in the last
honestly,
since Tom Brady was their quarterback.
I really wish
Ty Law,
they wouldn't have broke it.
Vince Wilfork.
I wish the Patriots would have won that game.
Willie
it went
McGinnis.
undefeated, just so the Dolphins will shut the fuck up.
I think Teddy Bruschi.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, the Dolphins.
I switched to defense and I can start rattling them off.
But I mean, I'm just saying, Eli is. I wouldn't be surprised if he got into the Hall of Fame, and he was a good quarterback, but he wasn't. Like I said, if Joe Namath, and I love Joe Namath, if Joe Namath's in the Hall of Fame, Eli Manning should be.
Why is Vince Papale in the fucking Hall of Fame?
Because he
played like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played more than that.
Did he?
I think he actually had like kind of a career. He just never was the guy. Great fucking story though.
But,
shout out to Mark Wahlberg.
Perfect example of why stats. I don't think stats and championships are the end all be all in Hall of Fame. Gale Sayers. He only played a handful of years in the Hall of Fame, and deservingly so.
Megatron.
Exactly.
Barry Sanders.
So stats, you can't.
Who else? There's got to be other people that don't. There's definitely other people that don't have a championship in there.
I don't know. Anyway, I think we should wrap this up because, like I said, I have to.
Oh, was it? For some reason, I thought Vince Papale played like 7 or 8 years. Either way, to go from fucking nobody to playing 3 seasons in the NFL is fucking
one
incredible.
Season was impressive. I'm sorry.
He was ugly as shit, though. Did you see the actual picture of him?
Yeah. Making the team is impressive.
He looked like Joe Montana got kicked by a horse.
Even in the
hell of an athlete,
what was that?
Though.
That was the 70s, wasn't it? Even in the 70s. Even in the 70s, making an NFL team was impressive. But to continue playing whatever it was 3 seasons, that's impressive.
Yeah. But anywho, man, we went from severed dicks to football to who should be in the Hall of Fame. There we go. That'll be our next Patreon. It'll be NFL hot takes.
Well, I'm seriously thinking,
or just sports hot takes.
Next year, we ought to do every Monday night.
We announce Monday Night Football live stream.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we can't show it or have the sound on, but
you could probably show. Well,
because there's a guy that I watch when I can't watch the games. I put on his Cowboys live stream because he's a Cowboys fan and he's just funny. So it's like, he's like, CD comes down with it. Let's fucking go. And takes a shot of Jack.
All right, let's fucking wrap this up because I'm going to sit here and pee my pants or I'm going to have to fill a bottle here on the live stream.
Hot. Be a lot easier if you had a detachable penis like that guy we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll look into that. All right, guys. Thank you for coming. Check out all the social medias.
That's a pun after this episode, too.
What's well, hold on. What's Gonzo saying about
They're still arguing about, oh, no, they're not.
Phil's win. Let me look on this.
He said, when's the last time you busted? Well, he did have a stroke.
I had a stroke. That counts as busting.
So I was gonna say one of his blood vessels busted, and not really, but no. If that would have happened, wouldn't you be dead?
Caused a clot in my brain. I saw them. The doctor was nice enough to show me the MRI.
You get to listen to it. What?
All right, we gotta go. I literally have to piss.
Gonzo doesn't know that you had a fucking stroke.
Where the fuck you been?
Where have you been?
We've been talking about it for 3 weeks.
Was it like the 8th?
The 9th.
9th?
My stroke was the 9th.
What is that when you had the stroke or when you went to the hospital? Didn't you say you think you had it like
no? I probably had
2 days before that.
No, they said it's possible, but I probably had it the 8th Sunday night while I was sleeping. Probably.
You're so fucking old and decrepit that you overexerted yourself to the point of stroke while you were in bed.
Yes, getting out of bed gave me a stroke.
He would just sit up to take a shit and he had a stroke.
Jacked off so hard I gave myself a stroke.
You stroked a stroke? You stroked a stroke?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so Phil had a stroke. I fucking posted about this shit on Instagram. I posted the whiteboard.
Oh yeah.
Goals for the day: less strokes.
Good news is my left hand's working. Even this finger's working now.
Excellent.
It's a little slower. It's like the mild.
He said, "Did they give you ice cream?" I don't know.
Yeah, I got.
Did you get ice cream?
You were there when I had my dinner. What? That.
There was an ice cream in there, was there?
Yeah, it was a little cup. It was half freaking melted. It was really more of a milkshake by the time I ate it.
I mean, that's the way to go with those because they're either like that or they're rock fucking hard and they shatter into pieces of like blinding glass. But yeah, no, I don't remember the ice cream though. I remember the burger and the fries, and I remember bringing you chips and a Mountain Dew Code Red and some fucking nicotine pouches.
That was the main reason we hadn't been live in a while. I had a stroke, so we did not live stream that Wednesday.
Yes, that is true.
All right, guys.
We didn't live stream for like almost 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, is this our second one back?
I think so.
One?
I don't know.
Maybe third. I don't know.
All right. Gregory keeps telling Cowboys jokes like I'm one of the like I get upset about it. It's sports. It's like I said. I'm not gonna sit here and be like the refs, like all the fucking Bengals fans. I'm going to say our quarterback threw fucking 2 interceptions in the first quarter. Of course they lost.
I will say the refs did make some shitty calls, but they've been doing it all year.
Well, did you see he's under investigation?
Oh, is he?
Because something about potentially like somebody in his family having like a big money bet on Kansas City.
Huh. But, I mean.
That's where it gets fishy for me. I don't give a fuck about the bad calls. It happens. It's fucking sports. And it's rigged anyway.
It wasn't the one play that the personal foul at the end that lost it for him. It was a team loss.
Right.
Burrow, I'm sorry when you get sacked 5 times in a minute and a half or whatever.
Well, he threw 2 picks too.
You got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
You can't be sitting back there jacking off. You got to throw the ball. You got to get rid of the ball. You got to have that internal clock, especially when you're down 3 offensive linemen.
There you go. Do you think Tom's actually retired?
I don't know.
He might as well be. Why the fuck would you come back? What do you have to lose or gain at this point?
What is he? He's not. I'm not that much older than him. Jesus Christ.
No.
What is he? 40.
He's in like his 25th year or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I was him, I would be. See, I don't mock Eagles fans. I mostly just mock Bengals fans. Because they're the ones that are around me, and they're the ones that give me shit for no fucking reason. They're like, oh, fucking Cowboys. I'm like, I'm in the NFC. I don't give a shit what you guys do unless it's the fucking Super Bowl against us.
This is a problem. How many times have you seen me in your place of employment watching a football game?
Quite a few.
Well,
it might not be the reason you're there, but
I mean, but generally,
you watch football when it's on, which is pretty often.
But an NFL game, I will not go up.
Especially not for a Bengals game because it's just busy as fuck.
Because people are fucking stupid.
It's busy as fuck. We literally, like, our extra fucking chairs were taken on Sunday.
Because
there was somebody sitting on a backless bar stool at, like, you know that little half wall by the corner by, like, the little kiddie shit?
Yeah.
For the stuff, the little corner that's for the kids at the bar, you know? Like, there was somebody sitting on a backless bar stool at that little wall with a beer on top of it watching the game, and I was like, money.
Literally, because I cannot stand. The main reason I don't go to the Bengals games is because I cannot stand people watching football. It's a game. I don't get fucking riled up. Like, yes, I would have loved the Bengals to win that game.
Yeah, like I'll be
okay.
Like I don't even want to say I won't get riled up. I'll be like, fuck, god damn it, like, but I'm not like fucking throwing shit and letting it like ruin my fucking day.
And here's the way I look at it: it's a game. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, and not. I'm not saying in this case, but the best team doesn't always win.
Right.
Some days you just don't have it.
So I'm saying the Cowboys aren't in the Super Bowl. That's a perfect example of that.
They haven't been in the divisional in 35 fucking years.
Who?
In the divisional championship game. Hasn't it been like 35 years since they?
Who, the Cowboys?
Yeah, since they played in the NFC championship.
It hasn't even been 35 years since they won a Super Bowl.
They haven't won.
94, 95.
Was that the
or
last?
95, 96.
You sure it wasn't 93, 92, 93?
It's still not 35
basically
years.
30 years.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm old.
I don't think it's quite 30, but yeah.
Well, still, whatever. We can.
That's a
round
big
up.
fucking difference because
We can round up.
no, that's a big difference because 35 is older than me, and I was alive when they won the Super Bowl last.
Whatever.
That's the only reason I was immediately like, that's wrong.
I mean, think about it though. I mean, Jesus, they've had a bad run. All right, we definitely gotta go because I gotta piss. I think I just pissed my pants.
I could use a cigarette. Are we
All
going to
right.
the gym tonight? Probably not.
No, we're done.
I'm hungry.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the stimulating chat.
We're
And we will see you next Wednesday.
going to have to cut this thing off now. Ha! Fuck you guys.
We're out.